clients are asking themselves, well, what do we do now? How do we reinvent what we're doing so that we can effectively engage with clients? So I think what a lot of them are finding out that this is a new paradigm. It's a shift in how people are going to work moving forward. So you can't bury your head in the ground. You really have to figure out what are you going to do? How are you going to adjust moving forward?
We hear a lot of clients saying now that it's here to stay, and of course we'll go back to offices, but the way of virtual selling and the way of multi-channel communication for sales reps and account managers will stay. So it's not just a short-term quick fix we need here, but we are in it for the long run now, and we will have to adjust and adapt. We need a quick fix now, and we have to look for quick wins also now in recession. But now let's conceptualize this, and let's maybe take out the blueprints we worked on 2, 3, 4 years ago, sometimes even together with us at BTS, and let's make sure that we get the right setup for the future. We think from the future back. The buying patterns change. The buying cycles do not only get accelerated and more complex, but maybe we need a different type of multi-channel 360 communication. Maybe we have to rethink the touch points in the buying cycle. And you can now ask yourself, what does this mean for our sales and marketing? The speed you need today in the market. You can't just afford independent silos anymore. You can't afford a marketing department working on nice marketing strategies, go-to-market approaches and campaigns, which are not super linked to what the sales force really needs to react quickly. And you can't say, okay, digital marketing goes this way and the physical sales force goes that way. It needs to be super aligned, it needs to be 360, it needs to be embedded, and we don't see the silos anymore.
When engaging with customers, I think the best interactions are those interactions that are short, they're focused, there are certain outcomes that the customer wants to achieve, and also the seller, but they're probably more frequent touch points, but they're focused, they're short, and they're meaningful. We've seen that clients are investing. However, I think the best sellers are the ones that are able to help clients see that their investments will have an impact in the long term, or in their objectives. And I think those are the ones that are standing out. And you have to talk to them about their outcomes. What are their business goals that they want to achieve? And then connecting what you have to offer to that.
The new virtual ways or blended ways do not only limit yourself, they also enrich and enlarge it. And as you mentioned, you can have more touch points, and it's more cost efficient now, and you can do so much more. I've been talking to more accounts and leads over the last 6, 7, 8 weeks than I ever did in my life. If you understand how you can enrich and enlarge and how you can use new virtual ways, you can really improve your way of selling and make it more impactful. And not only that, you can truly help your clients.
The way that we communicate and how we engage others has become really critical. How do you do that virtually, right? Before, perhaps you're in a meeting, you might get up and do a whiteboard session with your clients, and then really collaborate to come to some sort of agreement, right, or consensus. How do you do that virtually? It's very different. There are tools that are available that can help sellers do that through technology. The key is planning and preparation, understanding the technology. What are the features that I can use to engage clients effectively? Not only with the tools that I have, but also my clients' conference or technology.
What we learn from our clients is it's all about preparation. It's all about getting super well prepared for a virtual or multi-channel communication. It starts with question techniques. There are certain question techniques that work better in a structured virtual environment than others. You need to know your team, you need to know the buying center, of course. So not all things are different in a virtual environment. Negotiations in a virtual environment are slightly different, and certain closing techniques work. Some others don't work because you're just not face to face. And you have to know this, you have to know the art of doing this, and you have to play all 88 keys in this case.
Think about your clients. They probably haven't thought about the possibilities of how the technology can enhance a conversation or can help, right, in doing that collaborative work. Typically, decisions are made in groups now, right? And so even in a virtual environment, those that are quiet are probably going to be even more quiet, right, in those interactions. So it's important to engage everyone. So how can you do that? Hey, simply perhaps putting all the options on the screen and having different people vote or mark the ones that are most important to them, right? Helping them sort of get engaged in the conversation and have their say. I think that's probably the most important thing.
Know your team, know the other team, find a collaborative way of doing it, practice it before, be well prepared. If you really know how to play multiple communication channels, and if you know how to work and be successful in a virtual world. It's more based on showing also understanding, engaging with the clients, being probably less aggressive while still making the point in selling and coming to a closing in the end. But this has really changed. You must really be willing to lead this, because your clients and the leads you're talking to also feel insecure, are not comfortable with, to a certain extent, the new environment, are not comfortable to the virtual environment, the technologies behind it.
The thing that continues to be true is that clients at this point in time, they are really focused on, hey, our revenues are either eroding or we want to maintain them stable, right? And how do we do that? Share new innovative things. Be in touch with what's happening in the marketplace. Come up with, the dreaded word insights, right? For a lot of people, but this is true. How can customers take advantage of perhaps trends or situations that are happening in the marketplace that will set them up for bigger and better things? And I think they are looking for others for ideas, and sellers are in a prime position to be able to bring forward these insights or these new ideas of things that they could do different.
The key word for me is purpose. Those that understand the current situation as an opportunity, as tough as it is, that give purpose, give clear alignments, invest in their sales reps, invest in coaching and mentoring, still do great virtual events or great virtual launch events, they are going to be successful.
I think right now there's a deep need to have very frequent interactions with your sales team, and then help them see what is their purpose. What does this mean to you, this situation that we're all in? What does it mean to you and your objectives as professional and personal objectives, and then help them find that purpose for themselves that's connected to sort of the bigger objectives of the organization. Right now, more than ever, that is extremely important.